What's going on, y'all? um, First of all, I hope y'all had a good week. My week was okay, back to business. It was the after the holiday. Every time the holiday comes, it just throws me off, and I get a day off, especially at the beginning, and it really throws me off. So I had to get back. Let me take this gum out. Sorry, it's a little rude. I don't want to be doing that on camera, but I work where I work at. The public library, okay? And so we're closed on Sunday. So Monday we take care over the weekend, from that Sunday, since nobody does the book drop on Sunday because no one's there. It's going to be a lot of books on Monday. Now, when you have a 3-day holiday weekend like this, it's going to be a whole bunch of work. Like for Tuesday and Wednesday, I was just working my ass off. I mean, it ain't a lot to do there, but when it's a whole bunch of when we get days off like that at the beginning of the week, the book and the works and everything just piles up. So we be trying to hurry up and catch up and get back to the regular floor of things. But other than that, my holiday weekend was fun. It was nice. It was a little irritating because my sinuses start acting up, and I remember I was like, damn, this September. It never fails. At the beginning of September, every time I used to go back to school in September, whether it was high school, grammar school, college, my sinuses just all get fucked up. It never happens when spring comes. It never happens when summer comes. But when fall comes, child, I don't know. It's something like that. It's just crazy. It's like clockwork. But it is what it is. It's clearing up. It wasn't too bad this time. I caught it early. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed y'all Labor Day weekend. I hope y'all was safe with it. But I ain't do shit. I told y'all. Monday, Ashley slept in the motherfucking bed. That was my day off. So I was going. I slept. Okay. But yeah. I hope y'all had a good time. But let's get into this news and stuff that's been going on. Um, the ISIS situation. I didn't even speak about it. I think I spoke about it a couple of videos ago when I think his name was James Foley. He was a journalist who got American journalist who got beheaded on camera, and they were spreading the video around. And I'm just like, that's just fucked up. Don't do no shit like that, okay? I Yes, it's out there, but I hate when I see stuff like that on my timeline. And why would you want to share something like that? That's all that, like, we become so desensitized to a whole bunch of stuff, and people think it's cool to just share shit like that. I don't want to see nobody getting murdered on my timeline, and another beheading happened, and of another journalist, American journalist. I think his name was Stephen or Scott. It was Stephen, I think. Either way, it pissed this one. And I think a lot of people were a little bit upset with the way, President Obama was handling it. And I know some people on that side of the guy's family or friends or, an association who was, wanted vengeance or wanted something to, not vengeance, but, wanted something to happen right then and there, you know, and saying, kind of felt as if, the president wasn't taking it too seriously, wasn't going about it too, no, the right amount of action wasn't had. That's what they felt like. And then all of a sudden, this shit happened again. And man, Joe Biden get up there, give that speech, and was like, "Oh, we gonna follow. They gonna go to. We gonna follow them to the gates of hell, cause hell is where they reside. The gates of hell." I said, Jesus, he is fired up, and I mean it's understandable, because when stuff like this, it just seems like make us look weak a little bit. That you can just go ahead and pick off these people, our citizens, one by one, and nothing happens afterwards, and there is no consequence for your actions and anything like that. Now Brock is pissed off too. Everybody's pissed off, and I mean they should be, but I just pray. We just got through with the anniversary of 9/11 is coming up Thursday. I got an interview. That's my auntie's birthday, my coworker's birthday. and then I have an interview. The same interview. They need to stop switching my interviews. I had an interview on Tuesday. They just switched it to Thursday. And I was like, oh, Lord, I got to pray. It means I got to go downtown. You know, I never forget when September 11th happened. I was in school, freshman year in high school. And we literally just started classes. So, and we was going to the homeroom or division. You know, that's what we call it when you take attendance for the whole day. And then all of a sudden we had TVs all over the all over the building on each floor in each classroom. We had TVs mounted in there, and we had because that's where the daily announcements and all that stuff would come up, and they turned the TV on and everybody was just dead silent when we heard everything that happened, and it was just so fucked up because I was in a homeroom with somebody who actually parents or some type of relative of theirs actually worked in the World Trade Center buildings, and their reaction, it just sent chills down my spine. I was like, oh my God, this shit is real. But I never forget that day. And we just got through with that. We trying to end all these wars. I just hope that we don't go back to war. I really don't. I don't want I don't want to have to fear for my life because, like, stuff be so advanced. At one point, you had what is it? North Korea trying to aim nukes at us and threatening us with nukes, and then that kind of died down. And now you got ISIS, and it's a terrorist group, and they beheading American citizens over there, journalists and stuff. I know they got to go over there to report the news and to take pictures and stuff, but man, is your life really worth it? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But this is why we have the army. And this is why I would never join the army and I would never join anything with the military, but I would never ever put them down because they do risk their lives for us. Even if you say, well, I didn't tell them to go over there and do this and do that, but if it wasn't for them going over there, shit would be fucked up over here even more. But yeah, y'all tell me how y'all feel about the ISIS situation. Um, which I should have started off with Joan Rivers. She passed away September 4th. That was this past Thursday. And if y'all don't know who Joan Rivers is, she was like this very blunt and out there, comedian. Melissa Rivers' mother, and Joan knows best, and she did Fashion Police, and she always used to do the red carpet commentary, with the dresses and what people had on and stuff like that, and she was very, very blunt with her stuff and crude at times or whatever. And some people just either Joan Rivers was the type of person whether you liked her or you didn't like her. She say some shit that be out there. She say some rude shit in the name of comedy. And she's said some controversial things in her lifetime. And shit happens, and it is what it is on that subject. And I'm saying it because here's my thing. When people found out, this is how ignorant and stupid some people are, and I just don't understand. Some people found out that Joan Rivers passed away, the hateful and ignorant ass tweets that were being said in the comments, just because you don't agree with what one person may think or may feel because that's their opinion, you don't have to say the nastiest things about them, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure, like I said, she just said some shit. But I'm not gonna sit here and bash somebody that's dead. I'm gonna say, rest in peace or whatever, condolences to the family, and I'm gonna move on. Because I didn't know her personally, and her comments didn't affect me, but I'm pretty sure it probably affected some other people. But that's not my issue, so don't bring it to me. And I said that because some dumb got into my mentions and literally had a motherfucking fit because I said rest in peace to Joan Rivers, and well, what about the when she said the shit about the Palestinians and all that? I was like, that's not my issue. Okay, that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm about right about now. And it's not that I don't care about that issue, situation that's going on over there, which been going on for centuries. Okay, she ain't the first one that probably said something negative like that or whatever. But that's her opinion, and I don't. That's her opinion. All right, it is what it is, and she's dead. Okay, she's fucking dead. So have some fucking like a little bit of respect. Like, why would you? Cause as soon as somebody say something about somebody in your family and they die, whatever, you gonna have a fucking cow. You gonna be you all up in arms and wanna go the fuck off. But yet she's a rotten hell, and she this and she evil and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, really? Did she personally say something to you? Did she come to your house, ring your doorbell, and stand dead into your face and say something negative to you? Or they upset because she may have said something about a celebrity that they like? Like, really? All of that, and you don't get the gist. And this goes to show that people till this day do not understand what sarcasm is, do not understand, when a person is joking, don't understand what dark comedy is, don't understand what dry humor is, don't understand nothing. All right, people take shit too fucking serious, and to get upset and say rotten hell because she talks some shit about, somebody that you like, are you serious? And then this shit with the Beyonce, because it was Beyonce's birthday, I was like, y'all are dumb as fuck, and y'all reach too fucking much. The fucking she died on 30. She was born 1933. I don't know what the fuck it was. Born 1933. She died at 81. Beyonce's birthday was 1981 and she's 33. I'm like, who got time to fucking do shit like this? This ain't. Rest in peace. Rest in whatever. Let your soul rest. My condolences to the family. Don't put that ignorant ass shit on my I swear to God, you put that shit on my, you're getting blocked and deleted because I'm not here for it. I don't give, like I said, it's just have a little bit of respect, just a little bit. I don't care if you didn't like her or whatever. Just it's not warrant for all this stuff. You don't. Death is not something that you should play with, and anything like that. And it's just I'm disgusted by some of the stuff that I saw. It's just real stupid because let that would have been your mama or whatever. And then the fool had the nerve to, you know, say I'm not a good Christian or whatever. And I was like, well, you better hope that you wake up and you don't go to hell or whatever. Your family don't go to hell and some shit like that. And I was just waiting for this motherfucker. You got some people that follow you. Oh my God. See, this is why I got to turn my phone off. No, that just blew me. This is when you got some people that follow you on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and you wait, and they not that you waiting for them to slip up, you just know that it's gonna be one day that they gonna slip up and give you that reason to push you over the edge, and just go ahead and either unfriend and block or unfollow, block, and report as spam on Twitter. You don't follow them, but you allow them, meaning you don't block them right away. You let them go ahead and follow you, and sometimes they be annoying as fuck, meaning always popping up in your mentions, doing stupid shit, saying stupid shit, and you just let it ride. You just let it ride. And then, they do that one thing that you say, fuck it, I'm over it. Click, block, delete, report as spam. That's exactly what happened. And then have the nerve to make two other accounts. Like, really? Really? People who waste their time. People who waste their time. But anyway, fuck all that. Um, did somebody else pass away? No, no, no. It wasn't somebody that passed away. Um, before I get into that, um, one of the main topics that's been coming up frequently this week is the issue of rape. Uh, Student in Columbia College, Columbia University. She a senior. She was carrying around, she said she's going to carry around her mattress until, her rapists get expelled. And she's put out reports, and it's been, said that multiple, like, I think two other girls have said the same thing about this person raping them, and nothing is really being done. And it just disgusts me when I see situations about people who actually get raped or who claim to have been raped, and you have people either commenting or making videos or just being stupid saying, oh, well, that's what she get, or she wanted it, or she lying, or she just doing this for attention, and how we know it's true. And I'm like, so you bash it and you shaming the victim. And that irks me so fucking much, because you doing all this stuff, and what if it would have happened to you, and then people give you that same reaction? How would you feel then? And I know some people, some women, some men too, they have, lied about being raped, but not everybody does that. And that's why a lot of people, a lot of women, they don't step up and say, and men, they don't step up and say that they've been raped because of fear of the reaction of, what people may or may not believe them. And that's just heartbreaking. Then you got this 23-year-old student, Angel Mario Vega, at a Minnesota college, Minnesota State University, Moorhead. He's a wrestler on the team. Got this girl who was 18 years old, so she's still technically a teenager, but she's, adult, but technically she's still a teen because 18, and it's not legal for her to drink yet. You drinking with this minor, you get her so fucking drunk that she passes out and she's vomiting on herself, and then, you keep on saying, I'm about to get laid, I'm about to get laid, let's get laid. She passed out on the sofa outside in the rec room or whatever, and you see that she passed out, you get her ass and you pull her into your dorm room and you rape her, and then you film her, and then you tell your buddies to come watch the video. And then when you get caught because somebody saw this shit going on, was concerned about her, got security, they called the ambulance, she passed out and she was unconscious at one point, and then he gonna look over at her, and I think she moved or whatever, and he gonna tell her, you better not say shit. Like, really? Really? And then gonna lie and say to the cops that he didn't rape her. He don't know how to, he didn't record nothing on his phone. He don't know how it got on his phone. He didn't do any of the sort. The only thing that he did was got her drunk. Really? You're dumb as shit. Come on. Come the fuck on now. Y'all gotta, and he's not even a bad looking guy, okay? That's what I just don't understand. And rape is about power and control and things of that matter, but still, like, come on. And then you have the audacity to fucking show your friends. Like, this is a prize. This is something to be proud of. Like, really? That shows that you're a fucking pussy, that you have to take advantage of somebody who is not there. Then you got a bitch like fucking Cee-Lo motherfucking Green, who basically said, you know, if a person is passed out, that's not them saying no. And a person who, if they say that a rape victim say that they don't remember it happening, oh, all rape victims, they remember what happened. Like, really? You just was brought up on charges and accused of giving a girl, doping her up on ecstasy. She said she woke up in your bed and don't know how the fuck she got there, because she did not say, hey, I'm going home with you and I'm fucking you tonight. She don't know how the fuck she got there. And then, you going through all this stuff, because that was one of the issues and the reason why, he had to take that break from The Voice, and why they had to switch up the judges. And then he was going through the legal in the court case that he pleaded no contest to. And then, I didn't even know he had a show out, a reality show that was going on. And I think it went through one season or whatever. It got canceled because of this dumb fuck is up there tweeting stupid shit about what rape is and trying to constitute what he think rape is, And I'm just sitting here like, I'm pretty sure you got daughters. And I just want to know what his wife, ex-wife, and his girlfriend or whoever the fuck he is with, what they think about this shit. Because basically, for a person to have been raped, they got to be conscious. That's basically what he was saying. And I'm just at the stupidity of it all, and to just keep on saying this and keep on saying this, and then want to delete the tweet, want to shut down your Twitter, and then want to come back with this half-ass apology, this half-ass fake-ass apology, and they only do this shit when they get their stuff taken away from them. Okay, remember when Rick Ross put that shit up in his them lyrics about, date raping a girl, get slipping her something in her drink or whatever, and then he got his endorsements and stuff taken away. That's when he that's when he wanted to come out and say something. Same thing with Lil Wayne. I don't know if he got the endorsements taken away, but it was, he almost did. Girl, what the fuck? He almost did, or whatever the fuck did. That's when they want to come out and say some shit. And it's just like, yes, I know it's your Twitter. Yes, I know it's your Instagram, but you have to think before you fucking tweet, and think before you speak, and think before you post, because not everybody is gonna feel the same way that you feel about a certain subject. And if you gonna put it out there, keep that shit out there. I hate a bitch that tweet and delete. I hate that. That is my pet. If you gonna put it out there, keep it out there. You put it out there for a fucking reason. Don't post and delete. Don't tweet and delete. Bitch, keep it. Okay? It's like people say, like Justin J and Funky Dinevas say, stand firm in your shit, okay? Stand firm in your word, alright? Leave it there. You put it there for a reason. Now, whatever reaction you put out there, you get, you should be able to back that shit up, and you should be able to take it. Because you thought about this, right? Because if you didn't, you shouldn't. If you're not gonna be able to take it, you shouldn't have been able. You shouldn't have tweeted it in the first place. But if you tweet it, keep it there. I don't like when people do that. I really don't. But Cee-Lo is just stupid as fuck, and it just pisses me off because after that whole thing, came up about him, supposedly, allegedly giving this slipping this girl ecstasy and all that stuff, that first incident that I heard about, that's when my opinion and viewpoint of him started to change. I just started looking at him very sideways, because I remember when, he was like, I hate when you when you start out liking a person, they do something so stupid that just make you like, what? I can't believe you. I am not supporting this shit no more. Like, I love when he was in Goody Mob, and I love when he was in Nas Barkley, and then the last project that he put out, and that "Fuck You" song, that shit was every fucking where, and he's good at what he does. But then this shit, and this ain't no little shit. This is some serious shit, okay? And it's like a lot of people that probably listen to your music or whatever, and some women and there's some men or whatever who probably, were raped in that way, that they don't remember what happened and they were not conscious or whatever. They did not give their consent to have this happen, and you gonna put that out there. Like, think before you tweet, think before you post, and think before you speak. If it don't sound right, then you have to. Don't talk, don't say it. Don't post it. Don't tweet. Ugh, I'm just over it. Some other news. Um, Ted whatever. The dude that shot Ranisha, Ranisha McBride, the dude that shot her, he was sentenced between 15 to 30 years. They was trying to get him to get 17 years. And the judge was basically like, this is one of the saddest cases that she's ever heard of. And then he gonna say something, I gotta carry this guilt and sorrow for the rest of my life. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because there was many other options for you, and I do not feel bad for him. I wish they would give him the fucking maximum, but 9 out of 10, that is not gonna happen. But at least he's going to jail for some time. And I mean, I don't know. If he stay in jail, let's say if he get 15 years, he 55 now. So he gonna be 70 when he get out? He still gonna be able to live a little bit. That disturbs me a little bit. Uh, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Um, so there's this thing going on, and What wind up happening, give a shit about that. what wound up happening, there's been these protests going on with a lot of these fast food restaurants, especially like McDonald's or whatever. Workers getting off and, protesting and demanding that the minimum wage be, uh, their wages be raised up to $15 an hour. Here's my thing. Some people in regular jobs, and I mean out of the fast food industry, look at this hair. They don't even make $15 an hour, So, and it's not saying that working at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or whatever fast food joint, saying that's a bad thing. But that is not something that you make a career unless you're trying to be the manager of a multiple, locations or whatever, a franchise owner or something like that, a head like that. But if you're just a regular worker and you're trying to make a career, or this is something, and when I think of fast food like McDonald's and stuff like that, I think of either people who are still in high school and they doing it for a little cash, trying to get them a little bit of work experience, trying to help pay for like prom and stuff like that, or little part-time jobs or whatever, doing college and stuff like that, or something that's temporary, not something that's lifelong, or something that's career. So you're gonna be making fries for the rest of your life. You're gonna be there for 15, 20 years making fries and flipping burgers. No, that's not what you should aspire to. Okay. I don't think that the minimum wage, I mean, it shouldn't be no $15. It should not for no. No, I'm sorry. If you want that, take your ass somewhere else. Go get you some knowledge. And it's not hard to do, and go apply somewhere else where you don't have to be flipping burgers and you can make a career out of it. Get your coins up enough so that you can do that. And I know for some people it's hard to do, and that's what they can only do for that moment. That's understandable, but let's be real, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I feel for you, but it's not gonna happen, bitch. I don't even make $15 an hour. Ain't no way in hell you finna make $15 an hour. Like, girl, please. Let's be reasonable. Y'all should have. How about we just raise the minimum wage, for the cities, for the states, and stuff like that? All right, just for everybody. But just, girl, how y'all feel about that? Because it just seems like people want to make, when I hear that, it's like, are you trying to make a career out of this? I just don't see people aspiring saying, oh, because they make $15 an hour, let me go flip a burger. No. No, it's, mm. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, because I feel like I was finna go into some territory that some people wouldn't like. But anyway, yeah, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that one. Um, do I have anything else, the news wise? Okay, congratulations to Mike Epps. He got the role to play Richard Pryor in his the Richard Pryor movie, and I mean I could see him if I hadn't seen him in Sparkle. And he played a good role in Sparkle. It wasn't him. He was playing a comedian, in Sparkle, but he also had depth to his character, meaning that he was showing more dramatic, a dramatic side to him or whatever, and not so much as being a goofy type person. And if I hadn't seen that, I would have been like, no, no, I don't see it for him playing Richard Pryor. But after seeing that, I really do, and I think they probably got it right. But I know that the family, I think Nick Cannon was in the running to try to play him, and the family was like, hell no. Nick Cannon is just so goofy, and it's not like he can't act. He just so damn goofy all the time. Like the last good movie he was in Drumline. I'm saying, cause then and that was a serious role that he played then. And then he went into Love Don't Cost a Thing, and that was a goofy role. And, his little goofy ass antics. Oh, he got on Twitter saying that basically he ain't say shit to no press, and the media and the blogs be saying all these lies and all this crap. And I never say this about Mariah, and I love Mariah, and she this and she that, and for the sake of our kids, and she will always be in my child. Nick, you should have just kept that, just because either way, it ain't looking good. I mean, mm, oh well. But congratulations to Mike Epps. Um, Floyd Mayweather's ex, what is her name? Chantel Jackson. Is she the one that's dating Nelly, Miss Jackson? If so, I'm a little confused as to why she taking now to all of a sudden want to sue him for domestic abuse and saying that he beat her ass and threatened to shoot her and all that stuff, and then got Gloria Allred. Girl, Gloria Allred always come up in somebody's shit when it comes to these women with a half profile celebrity or something like that. Always, you can count on her ass to always be there. And she was giving a little press conference, and then how she was reading it, and this is what happened, and then all of a sudden, I was like, girl, you crying, but ain't no tears. But let me just say this. I'm just confused as, like I said, if she's in another relationship, I'm confused. And I know is that one of his baby mamas? And then that one that had the abortion or whatever, and he put it on the he posted it on what, Instagram, and then gonna delete it. Child, Floyd Mayweather is messy, and I don't feel bad that she's suing him. I'm just questioning, why did it take this long? Didn't you move on or whatever? What prompts you to just all of a sudden want to sue him for this out of the blue when he's into another relationship? And I know, his baby mama's been going back and forth at each other. They can't stand each other. And I'm like, y'all acting like asses, but yet y'all gotta be somewhat in each other's lives because y'all kids are brothers and sisters, whether you like it or not. But, Floyd Mayweather, I don't put it past her. It's not like I can't see him doing this, because I've heard other reports and other things that, Floyd Mayweather, he'll beat a bitch ass in a minute. So, how y'all feel about the situation? I just want to know what prompted her to do this all of a sudden. Um, Sierra and Future supposedly got back together. And see, I heard that they broke up. I didn't say really much on it because I didn't know if it was true or not, because I don't know. But, excuse me, at the time, and they found out that they broke up, supposedly, I wasn't surprised. And now they back together, I'm not surprised either, if this is true. I'm so not surprised. It's just a cycle that's going to keep on going. Like, girl, you just gonna be another one. I'm pretty sure he gonna get another one, another person pregnant. When that happens, when the next story comes out, it's gonna be that he fucked around and got another bitch pregnant for real this time. And I'm just be like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. So no shade to Sierra, but just as long as the baby is healthy and he being in the baby's life, go ahead. And the baby is so cute though. You can say what you want about Sierra, and I'm a reserve comment on that. The baby is cute and she's beautiful, and as long as her and the baby is healthy, that's fine with me. But shout out to The View. They finally got two new co-stars, co-hosts. So we already have Whoopi Goldberg. She's the only one that's staying from the original cast. And um they got, what's her face? Rosie O'Donnell. Okay, Rosie O'Donnell there just for controversy's sake. She make good television. When she was on there the last time, when her and Elizabeth got into it, bitch, that was everything. Then, now they're saying that Rosie Perez, she's in it. And Nicole Wallace, who is a political commentator, she's in it too. And I think with Nicole Wallace, that's a good idea because they need somebody like, Elizabeth Hasselbeck. She did know some things about politics to a certain degree. She was a Republican or whatever. I don't know what Nicole Wallace is, but that's what they need to balance it out. Someone who actually knows something in their political reign, and they can actually, I could see them going back and forth and debating. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, because it would be real boring if everybody felt the exact same way. looking at the show and you trying to bring life back to it with all these changes and everything that's going on, yeah, it'll be real boring if everybody felt the same way. So I think so far so good, but Rosie Perez, that threw me for a loop. I said, bitch, where's she been at? Okay, I'm gonna see how I check it out just to see how this go. Just to see how it go for real, for real, for real. But oh Lord, Blue Kentrail. I don't understand what's going on with these celebrities. Well, I ain't even gonna say celebrities. These well, um, these people from the past, who actually had talent and they let it go to waste. Some shit happens and then all of a sudden they just lose their fucking mind. A while back you had Farrah Franklin, getting high as fuck, running around in the woods and shit. Sleeping in woods, and the cops had to get her ass because she was high and drunk off that shit. Now you have Blue Contrail ass, ranting outside talking about some, oh, they trying to poison me, and told the cops, do you know who I am? Girl, nobody knows, okay? You had that one song, Hit 'em Up Style. I couldn't stand that shit. I've been leaving, and I was like, girl, no, I could not stand that song. But and she could sing, but I just couldn't stand that song. She had that, and she was just, she was out of it. And I don't know if it was a psychotic break. I don't know if she was just drunk, if she was high, or whatever. But she fucking lost it. I need you people to get in touch with your family and friends and get people in your life who actually care about you and care about your well-being so that it don't get this far that you out here losing your goddamn mind looking crazy. Okay, stop that. I can't because you just making it worse for yourself. Okay. um I wasn't even gonna talk about this, the celebrities getting hacked. Well, mostly, well, the female celebrities getting hacked, and they news coming out and things of that such. And there was such an uproar. There was like, people was hitting me up, oh, you should talk about that, you should get up and make a video about that. I don't care. Jennifer Lawrence, bitch, I don't care. Victoria Justice, whoever the fuck that is, I don't care about these people. No, I'm seriously don't. And then all of a sudden, you know they were saying some shit where Jill Scott got her news leaked or whatever. It was two pictures. One when she had the black robe on and the way that it was covering up her V, but and her titties and all that shit. It was fine, whatever. Then there was another one. It looked like everything was exposed. Like she had on some Spanx or some shit, like a body shaper, and her titties was out. And it was just like, okay, and I was like, this is kind of fucked up, but what are you going to do about it? Let me move the fuck on. I say that because, you can't really harp on it. And Jill Scott said that that second picture, the one with the boobs all out, it wasn't her because she don't have that thigh gap. I'm not necessarily sure if she's telling the truth or not. And, I mean, if she said it ain't her, I'm going to go by her word and say that's what it is. Because I'm not really sure. But I'm leaning towards the side that's saying that 9 out of 10 it probably was her. But hey, if that's what she want to say, that's what she want to say. To save face. And, because that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing as fuck or whatever. But I guess this goes to show that, you know, check your privacy settings, okay? Your iCloud settings, and save your nudes some other place, okay? Where people can't get into it, because once it's in the cloud, baby, it's in the cloud, okay? But I don't blame any of the people that got their news leaked, because it's not like some of y'all ain't took, some risque photos for your boo or just for yourself or whatever. Say like, damn, I'm a bad bitch. I'm feeling myself. Let me. Hell no. Okay, y'all. Let's not act like y'all don't do that shit. It's just that it only gets so much hype and so much attention because it's celebrities that got that shit leaked. And every regular person get their shit leaked by angry boyfriends or exes or girlfriends or dirt dude niggas. Every fucking day, and it's not that much of an uproar. But whoever did it, That's fucked up, and I hope they catch him because that's an invasion of privacy. And my sister told me one of those people that got leaked, the pictures that were leaked at the time that the pictures were taken, the girl was under 18, so that's child pornography, and that's I'm like, really, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's an invasion of privacy. I don't give a fuck if you're a celebrity or a regular person. You shouldn't be leaking nobody's shit. All right. You should not be doing that. And I don't fault people who take news or anything like that. You know, you do what you got to do. But for somebody to go into your shit and hack just to be just for attention or just to say that they did, that's just fucked up. That's just fucked up. Y'all tell me how y'all, feel about that. I mean, after seeing all that and thinking what I was just thinking, like, if somebody like, which probably would never fucking happen, the world probably shut down. If somebody like Beyonce or whoever got their shit leaked, like we done seen Rihanna's hits plenty of times. We done seen Kim K's shit all the time. You know, let we almost seen Beyonce shit. You know, like if something like her shit just leaked, I'd be thankful for it, but then I'd be like, this is fucked up. I feel so wrong watching it, looking at it, but let me move on because I'm not trying to incriminate myself. So moving on to some other stuff. I did get a chance to see the Lifetime unauthorized Saved by the Bell movie that's loosely based off of Dustin Diamond's book. And if you don't know who Dustin Diamond is, Dustin Diamond plays Screech. Boring as shit and so fucking pointless. I mean, I know I didn't expect much from it because A, it's a Lifetime movie, and B, it's an unauthorized book or a story or whatever the fuck. Which means the facts probably debatable. Okay? Probably not really facts. And it was just like, okay, you were a loser in real life. You get on this show, Dustin, and then you still was an ass. You got blackmailed because you were so stupid and so desperate for friends. You couldn't see that somebody was playing you. Lisa Turtle, well, Lark Voorhees. Oh, child. That's another one. Her family and her friends need to get a hold of her and you know, get her some help because there is no reason for her to be coming outside looking the way that she be doing. And I don't give a damn if she got mental illnesses or not. People want to say, oh, like somebody really got pissed off because I put a picture up and I said, what the hell is going on? And she was like, she really got pissed off talking about, oh, because she got mental illness and she got lupus. I know that. But that don't make no reason, and that's no excuse, and that's not the reason why she comes outside looking the way that she does. Okay, I'm just saying, lupus is not the reason for her makeup to be fucked up like that. Lark Voorhees was a very pretty girl. Okay, very pretty. She didn't even need no makeup on her face. But hey, to each his own. I ain't even finna get into that. Like, and then gonna put her whole life story. Well, my mama got this, and I didn't ask for that. Do I even know you to? No, let me stop because then people be like, "Oh, you just so." No, it just irked me a little bit, but because I just feel like some people are just too extra sensitive about stuff that's not meant to be sensitive or not meant to be taken serious or anything of that matter. Like I said, people don't understand the difference between sarcasm and things of that such. I post a comment. Oh, I just took the comment and assumed that you were upset. Why? I just simply replied back to your comment. No, when I reply back, I'm not pissed. I'm not upset. Don't look so deep into stuff. I'm just replying back. Child, you notice I just had to get that out because it's been on my mind for a minute. It's been on my mind for a minute. I've been meaning to say it. So there you go. But anyway, back to this movie. It was pointless. Okay, they didn't show a lot of stuff. They didn't. I would have rather seen what happened after they got off of Saved by the Bell and how most of their careers didn't really go nowhere after that, and especially Elizabeth Berkley because after she got off of Saved by the Bell, she went and did Showgirls, right? Fucked her career up for a minute. Child, I said, Greg, you shouldn't have did that. But yeah, it was stupid. And if the shit went that way, if it went that way for this movie on Lifetime, I just can't even imagine how the Aaliyah movie that's gonna be on Lifetime still, how that's gonna go. I bet you that's probably gonna be just as shitty. If this is what we gotta, they bringing out a Brittany Murphy movie. I'm like, y'all have Lifetime, you have no chill. No chill whatsoever. Brittany Murphy, like leave that shit be. You don't even know all the facts into what happened in her life, and all this shit is just probably gonna be speculation. Now, which make me fear for this Whitney Houston movie, the Aaliyah movie. Girl, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I do not have high expectations for neither one of them. What else going on? Love and Hip Hop. I saw the trailer for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Lil Fizz. Lil Fizz, do you go by Lil Fizz or do you just go by Fizz? I don't know. Like Lil Fizz, let me tell you something. Lil Fizz always been kind of cute to me because, he had that hair and shit. Look, I talk so much shit about B2K. No, I talk shit about Lady O and them because ever since Raz B came out with that shit about them being plucked around and played with by Christos, which I kind of believe. I can see it happening, and nothing else is proven otherwise. Like, who would lie about that for what reason and fuck up your own career? I can see that shit happening, and more than one people have said the same thing, but that's neither here nor there. Um, something about him always kind of been funny to me, Lady O. And, I just want to know, is he still First Lady of Maybach Music Group? And, he had a baby. And all this is being displayed on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And name that boy. Either is it Mega or Omega? Why you just didn't say Alpha, Omega, Mega, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Ray? Like, come on. Y'all in these celebrities, in these baby names, y'all gotta do better. You gotta do better and stop trying to be different. Okay? You could have just named him Michael or Omar. Come on now, something. Like, girl. Anyway, so, speaking of Omar, they finna re-up The Wire. Not put out a new episode, but they gonna remaster and they finna do a marathon of the whole series on HBO. Y'all be looking out for that shit. So y'all can catch up and look at it if you didn't or you don't remember. And Boardwalk Empire, the final season, finna come on this Sunday. Oh my God. Everything is going to the final season. Son of Anarchy come on next week. It's the final season. Boardwalk Empire. My good television is gonna be gone. But anyway, back to Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, Hollywood. Soldier Boy, like, girl, really, people really sweating Soldier Boy like that. I did not know. I did not know. I guess when you get money, getting money, I guess, do what you do. Y'all know, I'm Young Berg. I said, bitch, where you been behind the scenes? So I guess, you make a lot more money when you behind the scenes than you are up front. I remember when he had tried to put that album out. I mean, I think he did have a hit or something off of it. I can't even remember. Bitch, I can't even remember what the song was. And he from Chicago. That's the only reason why I knew about him, because he's from Chicago. And Chicago hyped him up so damn bad. And I said, why y'all do this shit? He was whack. But the way he kissed that girl, up in the trailer, I said, ew, it looked like he just transferred something to her. Like, seriously. And I'm dead serious. And Lil Fizz got mad at the end, and that was kind of cute to me when he got mad, because that vein was popping out his neck, and I was like, oh, calm down, you light skinned, and so all of it is just displayed. You turn another color, you are about to pop. I don't know if you acting in that, but calm it down a little bit. I don't give a fuck. Look, I'm going into this. Tierra Marie, baby, you need to get your hair done. Like, I just went to the shop and got my shit done. My edges are, you can see my scalp again. Whoever was doing your weave in this series, fire them, because it looked like you probably did it yourself. Your shit was fucked up. In each scene that they showed in this Love and Hip Hop trailer, it was fucked up. And who the hell is the Latin girl up in there? She look like a goddamn tranny, and I just want to know, or is that an offensive word? She look like a transgender woman or a transsexual, had to clear it up because I don't know what it is these days. which is offensive because I heard something about tranny trying to be offensive. Anyway, will y'all be watching? Yes, Ashley will be reviewing, and Ashley, sure enough, will be watching. I'm not taking this shit serious at all. It's all jokes, fun, and games for me. A big ass shade fest and talking about love and hip hop. You know, after the second reunion, part two, you got Tammy putting up pictures. Tammy or Walker put up a picture or whatever. Tammy in the driver's seat of the car. Walker got the gun in the back. I'm like, girl, really? Really? It ain't that serious. And of course, you got Benzino still going around talking shit about Jocelyn and Stevie J. And it's just like, let it go. Let it the fuck go, Benzino. No one cares but you. And it's a possibility that Stevie J and Jocelyn may be getting a spinoff. I'm not surprised if it is true, and I will be watching it. Let's be honest. They are the reason why most people tune in to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta these days. To see they fuckery. And the other big thing was the sex tape with Mimi. Bitches, speaking about Mimi, Nico and his wife getting sued for 1 point some million over a group that they tried to fuck over, signing to different labels and shit like that. And, they had a court date, but then they didn't show up. And now that shit is catching up with them. And I'm just sitting here like, Carmen is a bitch and is catching up with your ass good, nipping. Both of y'all dumbasses. But that's all, y'all. That's all. I ain't got nothing else. I don't wanna drain this out. If I missed something, and if it's something else that you want to talk about, put it in the comments down below. Okay, well, before I do go, and I hate to end the episode on this note, once again, rest in peace to Joan Rivers, and also to, what's her name? Singer Simone Battle from the girl group GRL. She's from X Factor. I've never heard of her ever a day in my life and never heard of that group. But she was a beautiful from what I'm looking at and from what I'm seeing. It's a possibility that they I think they said they found her hanging in the from the ride in her bedroom closet or something like that in the bedroom. So it looked like suicide. And I know the girls from Hit the Floor, they know of her because I seen it on Tyler Page Instagram and I seen it on either I seen it on Logan Brownie's Instagram or she tweeted something about it because she said she known her since she was 15 years old, and I was like, oh God, that's sad. And she's only 25 years old, and it seemed like she took her life. And it just goes to show, no matter how beautiful you may look on the outside, no matter if it seems like a person has it all, if they're not happy, it's not even worth it. So don't ever say, oh, I wish I had this person's life. Oh, I wish I can do, because you never know what they're going through. And I just want to leave y'all with that message. And speaking of another girl, y'all tune in to Fix My Life. Today is Saturday. Fix My Life is coming back. I don't know if it's coming back for a full season, but bitch, Fix My Life is coming back. And she is talking to this dude who had 17 baby mamas and 34 kids. And on that note, you just need to get fixed, bitch. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Have a good time. And I will see you guys later. Peace. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it is.